And welcome into the post-game. Sutton United taking on Wrexham AFC. Got to tell you, Gander Green Lane was packed to the gills. Great night. I love the night games. I hope you do too. But Wrexham fans, after the back of this, yeah, your 4-game losing streak is over. And Sutton United, the bad form continues. There's a lot of big things happen on this night in League Two. Let's get into it. Not just this game, but wait for the results, wait for the table news. Wait to get started right now. Like the game, I tell you what, the first half, I've got to say. The first half really wasn't the greatest game of football. And you can say the field, bit of a muddy field. I love muddy fields because it turned into a real battle of attrition. Both teams wanted this, and both sets of fans were in this game as well. It was a great League Two Tuesday night performance from both teams, got to say. And I loved every minute of it. Once it really got going, the first half, it took a long time for both teams to dig in and get things going, and finesse wasn't really there. This was going to be a battle all night long to see who wanted it the most. And I got to say, hats off to Sutton United. You really did bring a top performance, and especially in the second half. But got to say, Wrexham is filled with class, and when they need to, this team does come through. And tonight, they finished that 4-game losing streak with a win on the road, 2-1 on the night. But walking and talking through this one, 45 minutes goes through and nothing's happened. And then Marriott for Wrexham takes the ball on the edge of the box, works through a couple of players. There's a deflection, and the ball then lands at the feet of Will Boyle, who lashes home, and he doesn't get many, and you could see the delight on his face. 1-0 going into the locker room at half-time. No better time to score. The second half, however, would give us a little bit more of what we expected. And I got to say, Dan Middleton, the referee, really didn't befriend himself to Sutton United fans, because I got to tell you, literally on 50 minutes, the ball comes across and McLean handles on his upper arm, handles the ball. Clear penalty. Good job we don't have VAR in League Two, and I'm not a fan of VAR, so I love watching League Two. I love watching football without VAR because it's football, and it's live, and it's the referee's whistle that makes it happen. But referee and linesman, but referee especially, Dan Middleton, was not very far away from that incident. Clearly a handball by McLean, but not given. Sutton fans furious, Wrexham fans laughing their asses off. You could hear them. But that Stonewall penalty was turned down. However, 16 minutes later, on 76 minutes, Lakin scores from a free kick via what I would say a deflection off O'Connell's head, and Arthur Okonkwo had no chance in the back of the net. But the free kick in the first place, was it a free kick? Bit of a question mark on that one. Again, Dan Middleton not befriending himself to Wrexham fans this time, but certainly to Sutton United fans. And just when you thought this game was going to dwindle out to another draw for Sutton United, because 1-1 is what they like. And remember, in the pre-game, I did say that 7 times in the last 15 games they've drawn 1-1. It's 8 times in the last 16 they've drawn 1-1. And like I say, you thought this game was going to go out to the death as a 1-1. And then up steps Elliot Lee, that king of kings of ours in Wrexham, on 84 minutes, lashes home another great shot, 2-1. You could see the relief on Phil Parkinson's face. You could see the delight on the team and the fans' faces, especially the noise from the Red Dragons' end. But what a relief to get that win. 2-1 on the night, that's all she would write. But again, Dan Middleton, the referee, was that a penalty? I say it was. It could have been a 2-2 draw, but it finishes on the night, 2-1 to Wrexham. So travel home or enjoy the rest of the night and enjoy the rest of the week. Get ready for the next big game on the weekend, Wrexham fans, because it's Notts County. Sutton United, you got Bradford City next up. It's going to be a tough haul for Sutton to the end of the season. Will you go down? I hope not. And Wrexham, that now takes you from 5th into 4th in the table. Let's have a look at the results before we go to the table. So the results, I'm going to give you the results. Fast and Furious, Salford City 2, Doncaster 2, Crawley 1, Walsall 1, Bradford City 4, MK Dons 0. Since Bradford beat Wrexham, it looks like their season is turning around. Colchester postponed against Grimsby Town, Gillingham 2, Swindon 2, Tranmere Rovers 2, Morecambe 3. Get this one coming up. Mansfield Town 9, Harrogate Town 2. Yeah, 9-2. 9-2. 2, Mansfield. I'll tell you what, Nigel Clough will be very happy with that one. Barrow lose, which is good for Wrexham, 2-1 at home to Forest Green. Great result. Sutton United 1, Wrexham 2, as you know. Accrington Stanley 2, Wimbledon 0. Another good result for the Red Dragons. Stockport County 1, Crewe Alexandra 3. Another great result for Wrexham. And finally, Newport County 1, Notts County 3. Notts County coming up on the weekend, Wrexham fans, That's a big game. That's a big game. That's a big game. So let's get into that one and fill the building. Taking a look at the standings, as she says. Stockport on top, 61. Mansfield in second on 60. Third is Crewe Alexandra on 57. In fourth, Wrexham on 55. Barrow on 53 in fifth. They lose, they drop a place. MK Dons in sixth on 51. Notts County on 47 in eighth. Harrogate on 47, as are Gillingham, and in 10th, AFC Wimbledon on 46. Guys, I tell you what, that was a really close game. And when it was 1-0 to Wrexham, I had a real bad gut feeling that we were going to get scored on. Literally seconds later, we did. But I never gave up the thought that Wrexham would fight back and get that winning goal. And I tell you what, the inclusion into the second half, late in the second half from Paul Mullin, that really changed what was happening up front. We had somebody to hold the ball, to make it happen, to give the Sutton defence a little bit of a terrible time. On the other side of the equation, Sutton tried very hard in the second half to get into this game, and but for a few fine saves and timely tackles, they probably could have gone on to win this, because they really did have the momentum in the second half. But finishing on this one, Wrexham played a fantastic road game. Phil and the guys can be very happy. You guys travelling home, get home safe. And if you watched it on TV, I hope you enjoyed every minute. And as for this, worldwide Wrexham fans, a big up to PJ in Sydney. You rock, my friend. You absolutely rock. Cheers.